Let the audience decide.
Okay, so we have some
She was
live
like,
questions.
I wish I did this remote. He was calmer.
Should more and more people are invulnerable in relationships? They don't want to talk. They don't want to open themselves up to any kind of hurt.
Like when they date?
Why do you think that is? Yeah.
Because they've probably been hurt already, right? You get hurt, and no one forgets the first time they get hurt, right? I think men in the beginning, they're innocent, right? Women too. I think they fall in love, something goes wrong, and then they become players. And I think the same thing happens to women. And it happens too many times, you just become numb, and now your expectations, you're always just going to get hurt, so why should I be invested? You know, I don't ever, it's very painful, man. If you love someone, you share your freaking body with them, man. I mean, what else more you want to, like your body. And you're just doing it over and over, and eventually you become numb. And you stop to believe that love can exist. And I think that's what happens. I think people get hurt, they stop believing that they can find the right person or whatever. And I think because they go through so much trial and error, and they take a piece of everyone they've been with, and then they put it on the next one, I think you just keep creating a greater chance of failure, in my opinion. I really do. I think the more people you get used to, whether it's a woman or a man, you're creating something that you may never be able to, the unicorn, because now you're like, well, I like that, I like this, I like that, but I didn't like, and that now it's harder and harder and harder to find this ideal person. I think that there's no one that's perfect. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I think that outside the boundaries of a spiritual relationship, I think the odds are against you. I think if two people believe in a higher power, the odds are higher because of the ideology, because of the consequences if you commit adultery or cheat on each other, and the fact that you do believe in a creator and that's recorded on your record. You know, adultery is one of the greatest sins there is. It's punishable by death if you're caught in the act in certain faiths. And Islam can shorten your lifespan. God literally, you're supposed to live 50, no, you're going to live 20 years now. So there's some very serious repercussions. And if people believe in that stuff, whether it's true or not, that's a whole other debate. You know, I would say fear the man or woman who fears no one. So at least if there's the concept of God, I would have some type of fear or shame to hurt my partner. And I think because we've gone out of those traditional boundaries throughout time, that we are in the society we're in, right? This breakdown, the family unit, divorce, and then there's violent crime. And now you have a generation that was created out of lust and not love. And because they were created out of lust is why you have 90% of violent crime committed by single-parent homes. This is a fact. Look up the stats. So because they were created out of lust and not love, you have what we have today, the bastard generation. And we are feeling their wrath. And it's not even their fault. I actually, after understanding all these stats, I actually feel bad for the criminal, man. I really do. I know it sounds crazy.
Do you know?
Listen,
you were just killing them.
I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the people that steal and whatever, but in some shape or form, okay, I feel bad if they didn't have any guidance in their life, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so, but what I'm saying is, I think some of the crimes you're talking about, I think these people are so far gone, okay, there's no hope.
But you can prevent.
Listen, you sleep with 100 boys, you got some fucking problems.
She actually slept with 1,000 in a day.
I'm talking about a guy
Remember
that
that
molests
girl?
boys. Yeah, it will not end well for her. If she doesn't change her course of life, you mark my words, she will not, because not only is she sinning in a way that's disgusting, okay? She's sinning openly. And with that arrogance, God will make an example of her, as he has done to many adult film stars. Look at their lifespans. They all die premature deaths. You want to be public? You want to be a weapon of this satanic type shit that you're doing? Your lifespan will not last long. Look at, what's her name? I Dream of Jeannie, whatever the fuck her name is. Jenna, what was her name, man, from the 90s or early 2000s?
The blonde chick?
Jenna Jameson or whatever.
Jenna
Jameson. I feel it's like debilitating illness. Like, it does not end well for them. Especially, there's a difference between sinning openly and sinning and being ashamed of it and trying to work on it, you understand? And you're communicating to God and you're embarrassed of it. But when you flaunt and you're arrogant with your sin, he will make an example of you. He will make an example. And he does all the time. We don't see it unless we're looking with spiritual eyes.
So what you're saying is basically pick someone that's in the same spirit with you. What if you
I tell my sons, okay, please marry someone that believes in God. I don't care what denomination. It's not, oh, you got to marry a Muslim. And you can't force a non-Muslim woman to convert in Islam, even if you marry her. That's a fact of our faith.
Really?
Okay, yeah, really. I know, it's hard to believe with all the TikTok propaganda.
You're not Muslim?
She embraced it
Okay.
on her own. Did anyone force you? Are you covered? Like, it's her choice. There is no compulsion in faith. Chapter 2 of the Holy Quran. Force. What good is force? If I force you, that's not faith.
They're
That's
not
not
going to be
belief.
truthful to the.
Exactly. You might even pretend to be of that faith, and deep down inside, you're really whatever.
Didn't get it.
It's got to come from you want to be. You believe it to be. Forcing doesn't work.
And but you're not the strict kind that tells her you need to wear this, you need to.
I prefer she dress modestly
Okay.
because I think there's a lot of things that women don't take into consideration. To sit here and tell me that the way you dress doesn't have an impact on your life and the way people perceive you, you're being an asshole, is what you're being. Okay? Naturally, when women dress tightly, most men would say, well, she wants us to. You're doing it because you're not doing it because you're not looking at yourself. You're doing it because you're getting a false sense of I'm important, I'm desirable. That's all it is. And when you're putting yourself out there in that way, you are attracting now the advances and the looks of men. And now when you're married, you're putting your man in a very hostile environment. Why? Because now they say something to you when he's with you, and now what's he supposed to do? Now it's a matter of, does he defend the honor of his woman and maybe get killed for it? So you guys keep playing your games. I have a friend who got paralyzed, hit over the back of his head with a pool stick and got killed because he was at a bar and some girl just broke up with her man and she went and started flirting with him. He didn't even know she had a boyfriend or fought. He just came and killed him. He didn't even do anything wrong. So there's a responsibility to all of us. The way a woman dresses is telling the world, this is my message. This is who I am. It doesn't give men the right to touch them or harass them or catcall them. But at the same time, you know, if you don't like that type of stuff, I promise you when a Muslim woman's covered, she's not being catcalled. I promise you. Very rare. If a regular woman's being catcalled 1,000 times, the Muslim's being catcalled once out of 1,000 times. Would you agree or disagree? Are people harassing nuns in the street? No, they're not. Are they saying, hey, sister, you look, no. But I'm just saying, they're not. Because they are representing themselves, and I do not want the catcalling of men. I do not want to be harassed based on my sex. And that clothing is not an oppression in the sense that it's more of a protection. Okay? Because if they can't see what they won't attack what they want. And unfortunately, because we have sick people like you just mentioned in that article where we went off on a tangent, okay? If they can't see what they desire, they're less likely to attack it. Okay, because there's sick people everywhere, Catalina. In every faith, in every nationality, in every race, in every creed. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me. You are right about that. Somebody said, if you dress like the FedEx person, I'm expecting you to bring me mail. If you dress a certain way, you're going to get what you're.
I mean, you dress modestly.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of women understand. Like, men are actually more. At least the men I know. And I'm not even talking about Muslims. I'm just talking about just men. There's something more about, I wish I could know. I wish I could see. It's more attractive to us. It's like, wow, this woman has respect for herself. It's so attractive.
Leave some space for imagination.
Yeah. Not like Kanye West. Here, let me show the whole world.
What was that
Let
about?
me show the whole world what only I should have the right to see. And he claims to be a Christian. Can you justify his actions as a Christian?
I really don't think he's a Christian. And
But he says he is. So I'm asking you, is he a Christian?
I think he's the.
I don't think he is. I'm a Muslim and I don't think
possessed.
he's a Christian.
I think he's possessed.
Okay.
Something is going on with that guy.
If he's possessed, then so are those people you asked me about. That's my point, Catalina. I can call myself whatever I want. If the religion says don't do this and people do it, does that mean they're following the religion? No. So why are they using that label to identify people that are not following the religion? It's a direct contradiction.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye is going to be some other religion.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's still breathing with the type of stuff he's been writing on X today. He's pissing off a lot of people, the wrong people. I'm not saying because of me. I believe in free speech. But I feel like him and his wife, if that's even his wife, are in danger.
I feel bad for her.